Here's a guide on how to get the best use out of your sequence of learning document template. We'll start with page setup. You'll notice in your sequence of learning template, which combines the lesson plans and the schemes of work from our courses into one integrated, flowing, connected, sequenced document for all courses. Vocational, T-levels, apprenticeships, all of our full-time courses. And you can see how the actual design of it lends itself to that ongoing story, as it were, the tapestry woven together of the learning throughout the academic year. But you might prefer there to be pages like we're used to in documents. So if you want to change it back, you can go to File at the top here and then select Page Setup. This gives you the chance to toggle between pages and pageless. We're currently at pageless, where it flows and connects in an uninterrupted sense. You can toggle to pages should you prefer to. The second thing I want to share with you is Documents Outline. So in the top left-hand corner, we see this icon here, this page icon. When we select it, it reveals a breakdown of all the different categories within the document. This is quite a long document, so a document outline is quite useful. We've got our summary at the very top here, and we've got an outline of all the different aspects and subcategories within it. So if I want to jump to week 13, lesson 1, sure enough, it will send me straight there. If I want to go to week 19, lesson 2, it will transport me suitably enough to that particular part of my sequence of learning. If I want to see when my second round of IQA is, there I go, just before the February half term. There's a little nudge for me to consider that. The document outline is really useful for us to be able to jump to certain bits, particularly useful when you're team teaching and you have other teachers working with you, perhaps sessional staff, perhaps people who join the course in the academic year. They can see what they need to do, what precedes it, what follows on from it. And that weaving together, that sequencing, of course, is the intention of this document. You'll see that we've put into the sequence of learning some suggestions. So, for example, in this here, week 32, we've got vocational theory as a suggested example, vocational skills, and then we've got theory and workshop as well. You might have more than 5 lessons in that given week. What you can do here is right click and insert row below or above as you see fit. That will generate more rows for you. Equally, if you have maybe only 3 lessons in that week on your particular course, you might want to take away a couple of the rows. So you can right click again and you can delete row and tailor it around your course. What we've also done here is mention flipped learning throughout. Flipped learning needs to serve as the connector, the cartilage, as it were, the space for our learners to work independently to develop their digital skills in between their vocational lessons. The flipped learning needs to be that connector. Of course, my team are always available to help you with ideas for that. The intention of this document is for it to be a collaborative exercise between the teachers delivering on any given course. So, when you have your course owners assigned to their sequence of learning, it's important that you share with the individuals you want to collaborate with in this sequence of learning. You can decide whether they are viewers, commenters, so just able to add comments on it, or editors. And sure enough, they'll be able to work alongside you to add the content, to add the lessons in, to decide what they're going to do following on from your lesson, and to build this connected, sequenced, flowing document of planning. So, the idea of collaborating with our peers is something that we do incredibly well in many of our courses already. If you're unsure how to do that, or you'd like some support in doing it for the first time, please reach out to myself or Holly Hunt in particular. We are going to be available to help you between now and when we break up for the summer in getting your schemes of work, they're not called schemes of work anymore, are they? Your sequence of learning looking as good as it can, making sure that we've accounted for all the needs and expectations outlined and scaffolded in this document that flows and connects your course. We want to collaborate with you, and we invite you to come and work with us in this space here in particular, F102. You're welcome to come and work with me on your sequence of learning in the Learning Hub, or we can come into your lessons and your staff rooms to work with you, collaborating on the document, fleshing it out, making sure it includes all of the elements outlined in this document. If you have any questions at all about the sequence of learning, please speak to myself or Holly Hunt, or of course Louise Holland, and we'll be able to help you. We really want to come into your lessons and your staff rooms in particular, and team meetings to collaborate with you and to ensure that your plan for next year abides by all these different prompts and saves you time, streamlines your workflow. We can take parts from your existing scheme of work and transpose them in here. And we can take parts of your planning and really make sure it connects and flows in a way that gives you time back, ultimately. That's our intention. If you have any feedback for the sequence of learning, please speak to us as well. We're always open to that feedback, okay? We'll see you soon in your staff rooms and classrooms to help you with your sequence of learning.